Welcome back to another episode of Careful Boys. Today we are going to analyze the responses of Akaash's wife, who was on a episode of Flagrant where they kind of addressed everything that's been going on.
Yeah.
Can you give me a little of the lore? I know a little bit. Yeah, just a quick recap.
So
She used to like fuck around or something?
no. Okay, so
They thought she was a whore?
no. So, do you know who Myron is from Fresh and Fit?
I do.
Okay, so he showed this video of, I don't know if his team did or someone did, but it was a side-by-side clip of Akaash was kind of like lecturing them and saying like, my wife's a virgin, this and that, she's great. And then right after that, she's like, I was popping my pussy with these fucking white boys. I miss my college days. And then she would be like on a podcast talking about wanting to do an orgy, and then just kind of some degenerate like hoe shit, right?
Yeah.
And then so it was a huge contrast between Akaash telling people that, hey, like my wife is innocent, she's pure, we have a great relationship. And then there's other things where like I think he proposed and she didn't kiss him. So people were like, does she even love him? Is she just a gold digger? And all these things kind of went down. And I think
like every time on camera when he would go in for a kiss, she would turn away.
Is she popular on her own?
no.
So her
She-
TikTok only gets love.
She is now.
Now.
Yeah, because of the
yeah.
relationship.
But she's not. No, it wasn't like two celebrities that got
Right.
together. They just got together, and then
The story got big, you know.
They were together before he was even famous. Like he was nobody when they got together. Yeah.
Then he obviously grew through comedy and podcasts, and she
Right.
got some light.
and then so she
Popping
just
her
started.
pussy.
I think she started to make content, do a podcast.
Sure.
But then so then
Yeah, let's just get into it so we can go through each thing one at a time. So starting with the pop in my pussy thing, this is the explanation behind that.
Yeah. Let's just get some definition.
Okay.
We're gonna any terms that you might need to know the actual meaning of. Alex is here
To
break
be
it down.
fair, I thought it was just like dancing, getting dressed up, and
No,
maybe
no,
that
no.
was my mistake.
Yeah,
So
big one.
I acknowledge
Look
that.
at this, big one.
Yeah, the act of getting dressed up, looking fly as hell, wearing a minimum of 3-inch heels, preferably higher, and dancing your ass off
Urban
into the
Dictionary
wee hours of the morning.
is
That was
big.
So popping my pussy did not mean anything sexual to her.
So was there video of that, or that's just her like telling her stuff? Yeah, I wouldn't look too deep into that personally then.
Well, then to me it shows. I'm like, oh, then you're retarded.
No, but you know what they said on this? They
Because that'd be me going like, oh, you know what? I miss my college days where I was fucking sucking cock all fucking day, and you're like, I was just licking like chickens, like hens. I really like licking hens, and you're like, are you fucking retarded?
What about me and Joe went to the strip and we were just slanging dick? Doesn't mean we were fucking. It just means we were doing that shit.
Yeah.
But that's the term.
Slang a dick.
We're slanging dick.
And guys use that very differently, right? They use that very differently.
End it
I've
somewhere.
never heard that term "pop and pussy" being used in this context of parting.
I think dancing. I do think dancing.
in the rap songs.
I think dancing.
You thought dancing?
I think dancing.
Okay, I thought actually
Fucking.
getting fucking.
I think popping that pussy could be dancing.
It could be both. It could be both. That's to me. That's what I think. And
But that's what they were saying is like that's the difference between the white version of saying "pop in my pussy" and then the black version.
But then also, what woman? And I know the internet's crazy.
Or what virgin
yeah.
even pops their pussy at the club?
No, but what woman goes on TikTok or tells any story, even podcast comedy style, and talks about fucking?
everyone does that now.
Maybe like call me daddy or
Yeah,
call
yeah.
me yeah.
That's like the
They
thing
really
now.
did ruin women, huh?
Yeah.
I think that's the model now. It's like if you want, especially for podcasts, and when I found out that she had when she started her own podcast and it's something that she wasn't in media before, and then now she gets these mics, and now she's trying to be like her husband, kind of, who says all this outlandish like, "Yo, crazy jokes." And that's what it seems like. It seemed like it's not really her sense of humor, but she's trying.
I do hate that. That seems like the trend to like rag on your ex dude. Like guys don't even. We are pigs. Men are obviously pigs, but we don't even really do that. We'll joke raunchy, but it's not like we come on here and just like rip our exes. But I feel like that's literally chick content.
Some podcast spaces do that shit, right?
Or like rip on the date you had last night. Like that's weird.
All right, here's the explanation. There's a lot of these to get through. Here's the explanation. Oh, good. Here's the explanation of she had said that she rotated through a roster of guys at a frat house. Okay, that's the quote. Here's her explanation of what that meant.
when I got to college, I'm like, oh my God, I can dress however I want. I can do whatever I want.
You can have a roster of crap.
Okay, but-
What does a roster mean?
So it didn't actually translate to a roster. It just meant like 2 guys I was talking to and flirting with at the same time. That's it.
That's all.
Yeah.
And when you say
Okay.
People
so
talk a
if
big
I-
game,
If
bro.
I have a scoreboard, right, and I'm trying to be objective, there's virgin. Is she really a virgin? Is she a hoe? Or is she really a hoe? Or is she retarded? She just got 2 points in the retarded category.
Yeah.
Because I really want, I was like, okay, I'll give you the
Who uses that word roster as anything else but a list of people to fuck?
What's the rap song? I taking a rasta. I taking a pasta.
I never heard of that, man.
Who is that? It's Sexy Red. Somebody be like,
I've never heard
taking a
anybody
rasta.
use.
Taking a rasta. That's what it sounds like. How old is she?
She's like 25.
I don't
She's
know.
young. She's young though.
I was gonna
I've
say,
never
it sounds like a
have you
34-year-old.
seen it or have you heard of anybody use that word roster other than I have a list of people on my fuck buddy list.
Yeah, I agree.
I've
Roster's
never
a hard
heard
one.
that.
Popping pussies dancing.
If you're trying to sound cool, if you're trying to sound like you got like you're hot shit and you got all these dudes lining
Actually, it
up.
was just 2 dudes I was just texting with.
All right. So this one is on the gold, her talking about being a gold digger and making jokes about being a gold digger and those accusations around it.
also, like, in terms of the gold digging,
Yeah.
like,
Serious.
do you do you consider yourself a good gold digger?
Because I invested low and waited for it to go high.
You're a gold prospect.
Yeah, that's not a gold digger.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're like a what is that? You're like a hedge fund manager.
Yeah, you're like Akaash with Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
She bought much lower than I did.
So her joke about being a gold digger, obviously, like a lot of people didn't understand this, that when they first got together, she was actually the one that was making more of the money, all of the money, really, when they were.
He said he made $4,000 in 1 year.
And she was already working at like what Goldman Sachs and whatever.
So then she can't be a retard, right?
But I never took her as a gold digger. I think those accusations were just people not understanding Asian culture.
And we said it too, like when she was making all those videos, we were like, oh, she's doing a bit. Like when she's doing TikToks and shit, like it just sounds like she's just trying to get people pissed.
Was it the closet video where she was talking about how her closet, it's her space, and then that to me looked like an act, like it was a joke where, and then people were like calling them, Sim, you can't even use your own closet, and I'm all like, no, dude, that's a.
Or there's the one that was, she was like, it's his money is my money is my money.
Yeah, it's that kind of stuff. Yeah. So people just kind of looked at those things and
But that's technically kind of true in Asian culture, though, if you think about it. So it's like
The internet, it's so common to like flex money but not really be rich, right? Like
Yeah.
that's like the 100% norm. I wonder if we're moving into I want to be cool, but I'm not actually cool.
For social media. Yeah, I want to get clicks. I want to get views.
that is honestly what she says, is that like she's just trying to have an absurdist humor and people don't know her. So then they're taking it.
I just think of like junior high, right? Like either you show up with the new Jordans and you're the rich cool kid, or you're like the class clown and you're funny. So like maybe it's just now the evolution of online social dynamics.
Yeah,
You know what?
I
You know what
agree.
it feels
I agree
like.
with that.
What it really feels like to me is like in high school, like like the wannabe thugs. They act hard. Hey, where you from? Right? And you go, hey, what'd you say, fool? And they're like, I want to know where your location was.
Yeah.
And then
yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
that's what it feels like. Someone getting caught like in
Yeah.
the middle of it.
That's
Remember how, so this one is about the ducking the kisses. Remember how there's so many videos of him like trying to kiss her and she always like turns?
Or what's the line everyone draws, you know? Like to see who's in the power of the dynamic. Like if the chick's on the guy like this, then like where's the pants? Or they do that with like
The diagram.
yeah. They do that with Patel. They do that with everybody.
Here's her explanation as to why she's like turning when he kisses her.
I didn't know.
yourself.
I didn't know that I did that. I didn't know that I did that, but I really sat and thought about it. So I think it's a few things. I think it's like
You really sat and thought
yeah,
about it.
because I was like, okay, maybe it's like the repressed Indian girl thing where it's like I get a little bashful, I do get a little shy, despite what the internet thinks.
Most Indians do. I'm the exception.
Yeah, I think I also get overstimulated because Akaash does it a lot, like every 30 seconds. Like a little bit.
That's what I'm doing.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh yeah, you kiss every 30 seconds.
She didn't know that she does that.
I could. I know, but then like
I know girls like this, bro. You know, like
I know Indians too, so it's like it's not the same in the way, right? But like, I to me, the way I see it is like she's an innocent girl that didn't understand the things she was communicating, and that's like the at the end of the day, they're taking clips of all these things and putting meaning into
Clip
it.
culture does
Yeah.
ruin reputations. I don't know Akaash that well. Like, I obviously know who he is, but I don't like listen to his shit. Just based on this and talking to y'all, it does seem like she's a gold digger. I know you said that.
Why?
Well, I know you guys say like, oh, they've been together the whole time, so I know I'm wrong. But like, just based on these clips,
Also, just for context too, like nobody believes this.
Yeah.
yeah. See, I don't know.
But it's also like in my head too. I think about the comments, right? When you look at the comments, the people saying all this stuff. How many of those people, like, because you could, all their dirty laundry is out for everyone to see, and all the people talking shit about like, oh, he's a simp. He's like, I think people just want to shit on Akaash.
Yeah, I think people just don't like him and they want to find something.
Yeah, I never thought he was that funny. And then like,
out of that whole panel, I think he gets the hate the most. I think.
well, and then if you go just by pure looks, right, which is always first impression, you're like, well, yeah.
Want to make fun of that guy?
Well, like, why is she there? Like, she's obviously very pretty.
All right, so this one is about her absurdist humor that she tries to have, and which kind of led to the whole thing.
My humor from Akaash, not to like justify it, but just to explain, like, oh, if I say these absurd things, it's so funny because it's not who I actually am.
Right.
But it kind of forgot that like the internet doesn't know all these multi dimensions of my personality, so they're
Right.
just seeing this one thing.
Right.
So the orgy joke started with like Akaash being like, oh, Nav's really hot. Like Akaash would.
For context, she made jokes about having an orgy with like one of their friends and another couple.
Show Nav's picture to his trainer or whatever, because he's like really like, yeah, ripped or whatever.
I will say also, if she had a body count, I would have been like, hey. Cut that. But because she doesn't, and I know how like innocent she actually is.
Oh, you
it's
are a virgin?
absurd to me.
That's real?
I was
You were a
a virgin
virgin?
until I met him. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, good to know.
Yeah.
And if she wasn't, that body count thing, I'd have been like, what are we doing? Because I would have been insecure about it. But I can be, not that I'm so secure, but with that joke, I'm like so secure.
Oh, I
because know.
absolutely would feel.
So she did confirm she was a virgin before they.
She has to set it up as a innocent like virgin that's into orgies.
Well, the thing is, according, this is like as per her explanation, she says those things because coming from a person that was a virgin, it's so absurd and so outside of who she is. That's why she thinks it's funny to say.
This just reminds me of like our generation versus that if she is like 25, that, and I'm very anti-cancel culture, but it kind of serves a purpose because it shows you it's the talk online and get punched in real life.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't know the line and she even just admitted, but like, no, bitch, like what you say, especially in podcast stream form, like if you don't have a wig on and you're playing a character, you're acting as you.
Yeah.
And that should matter in real life consequences. So I
But
kinda,
also,
I kind of like she
none
gets
of us
hate.
saw
Like,
the.
fuck her.
She has to get dunked on this.
None
one.
of us saw the whole podcast, right? So that's another thing about clipping.
Yeah.
And so she might have set it up with this whole spiel of being innocent, and then as a button or whatever at the end, boom, she does the orgy thing.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. The thing is, there was a compilation of all those clips put together that made her seem like a fucking hoe.
When you watch them in a row, I don't care what it is, bro. You're gonna hate her.
Akaash looks miserable in all those clips too.
That's where I really am biased to live streaming. Obviously, it's the world I'm in, but so clips get clipped out of there all the time, out of context. But you can go back to the
Yeah,
VOD.
but 3-hour live stream.
Yeah, but you can go back to the VOD and say, no, bro, check the context.
Right.
Where this, they get to edit it, and so they either make it funny or make themselves look
Yeah.
away. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you talking about in a podcast form?
yeah,
I
any
see.
form. You know, where like streamed, you literally, all the streamers keep their VODs up because it makes money. And you can literally scroll through and see what he said before, after, and see what he said before.
They have to pull those receipts a lot. Yeah.
And you can.
I do believe that she could be a virgin, and that it's just her like absurdist humor, but then it just conveyed the wrong message.
Yeah, and it made him look like a dumbass.
Yeah, that's believable.
But she then makes her
But
look
the
dumb
thing
too.
that I was curious about, I want to get your guys' take on, is when you see all of their comments, right? Their own fan base isn't buying it. And usually when there's controversy, when there's usually controversy like this, right? You see arguments, you see opposing people, you see a good balance of the two. But when you go on all of it, there's no balance. There's like, I haven't seen the opposition. I haven't seen anyone protect them.
No, yeah.
But because there's so much cross pollination with all these other channels, especially like the Red Pill guys, the Fresh and Fit dudes, they have a huge fan base.
So you think it's outside people?
I think so. I think a good percentage of it is probably outside too.
It's not even about whether or not it's true. I think some dudes just get mad when they imagine their girl saying this shit, whether it happened or not. You know what I mean? Like,
I was watching this shit getting mad for him. I was like, bro, if my wife ever was saying this kind of shit,
that's what it's more about. Yeah. It's not about whether or not it's true. It's about her saying it. I think a lot of guys put themselves in the position of like being disrespected like that, and they're just pissed. Yeah.
So do you think
True or not?
I made Tiff watch the clips and I was like, isn't that fucked up, right? He shouldn't be saying that. Would you ever do that? And she's like, no, I would never. And I'm like, yeah, that's fucking right. That's fucking right, dude.
So do you guys think they played this well? Like, because
I think they did the best with
I think they did their best. Yeah. So here's the last thing. It's about whether or not this whole thing's a PR stunt.
Yeah, that was probably the best.
What do you guys say? Some people say this is a whole PR stunt for you to sell tickets and for you to.
Who is that?
gain
I
popularity.
would rather
I
it
would
be a
love
PR
if that was
stunt.
true.
Yeah.
I would love
Is
it. Was
that
true.
a
I
is
saw
a
that.
narrative?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, that now you're
Just like
now
if
A
you were
couple
in-
videos
Yeah,
of
yeah.
saying it's like a very strategic PR stunt.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I wish I cared that little about my wife's reputation.
Yeah.
I wish.
Same.
Lean in. Say you're gonna kiss at Radio City.
Oh yeah. Kiss revenge.
Kiss reveal at Radio
We
City.
sell out Radio. We sell out Radio City. We will make out hardcore.
April.
Yeah. So him saying, like, I wish I cared that little about my wife's reputation is pretty funny.
I actually asked some people how they could have done this better, right? Like if people were like pissed at it or what they're pissed about. And at the end of the day, it all boiled down to her recognizing that doing these things can hurt Akaash. And that wasn't addressed at all.
Yeah.
It was more like, oh, that's not what I meant. I meant this.
yeah.
It's like, okay, cool. We get your point. You didn't get it. You used the wrong words. But then acknowledging that also hurt Akaash's image, reputation, our
Yeah.
marriage, all these things, because people can take it a certain way. I used the wrong words, that I didn't understand that roster meant this in this community, and people would go straight to that. And that was the accountability part that I think a lot of people were like, dude, I wish they recognized that, and then we could move past it. Versus like a lot of people before it came out, they're like, watch, they're going to dodge it. They're going to make fun of it. They already predicted that they're going to brush it under the rug.
Yeah,
Which
she's-
I don't think they did. I mean, I think they tried to play it the best way possible. But I think that was the main thing. I think that when people that are their fans were like, I wish they were a little bit more like.
Because the part I think that makes it where it makes it seem retarded and superficial is it was like, oh, I don't mean this, I mean that. Versus like if you just threw that whole act out, hey, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I didn't mean this.
I
I
was
meant
wilding
this,
out.
and I didn't know
Yeah.
that this actually. And then you start to show actual depth of yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
But she's playing so super,
I'm just silly. Yeah, I'm just silly.
Yeah.
so dumb.
And then we can see how the couple actually dynamic is and how they love each other. And it's really I think that would have been such a great way to be like, in your fucking face, you fucking hating ass bitches.
They're gonna divorce in 2 years.
You think so? I think this is gonna make them stronger.
Is that your secret dream?
Yeah, and then I'll take the virgin.
I think it's also an interesting thing where there's like some kind of the combination is perfect here because I don't know if there's some kind of a smugness about him that people want him to fail so bad. Like people want him to have a bad life. It's what did he do?
I don't really like him. I've never really liked his shit. He rubs me a little wrong.
I don't understand what did he actually.
Schultz will go half and half with me. His like political clips in COVID, I thought were genius. But then when I see him talk long term, he kind of rubs me wrong too. It is maybe like a smug entitlement that they kind of carry.
It's like they wanted to weaponize her against him so bad. Like, oh, we finally got this guy.
I think the biggest satisfaction for people hating is because of him lecturing people about how great his relationship is, and he kind of looks down on other people that can't achieve what he does.
Because I think at some of his shows he'll like ask people about marriage stuff, and then like that's a big part of his crowd work, and it becomes like from a lens of like, oh, he's the marriage expert type of thing. So I think people clip that, and then they just were like, dude, this guy shouldn't be out here preaching, And I think nobody really likes preachers like that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think what she's saying is crazy compared to what a lot of women on podcasts say now, right? And then their husbands don't get called simp and judged for it. It's just that when you represent yourself and say we have a pure marriage. This is who she is, and then she does the exact opposite.
You got to be single to have that type of
Yeah.
podcast. Because I have seen that
Yeah.
trend where like YouTubers now have a podcast or streamer women in particular have a podcast and they talk about that stuff like worst date ever, biggest dick ever, smallest dick ever,
Yeah.
whatever. But they're all like single when they're doing it.
Or
so it kinda-
OnlyFans girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
OnlyFans girls do that
Yeah.
everywhere. Like biggest celebrity I fucked or whatever. Yeah, but like, yeah. I don't
And then
wanna-
they're all fucking sitting like this and shit.
But then like, dude, like who's gonna date you after that content? The reputation is crazy
Yeah.
after talking about the biggest celebrity you fucked or something like.
So verdict wise, do you guys all are you guys all buying it?
I think, yeah, I really do think she kind of made a lot of.
Put her foot in her mouth. That's what I think.
I don't think she was a massive slut. I don't think, I think she just like spoke impulsively without thinking of the repercussions
Yeah, trying to be
because
cool.
she's sheltered.
Oh, okay.
I'm with Joe on that one. I think it's like a case of, yeah, shelter or being very, like, quote unquote innocent, and then now you have this giant platform that kind of was built on the back of your husband.
Only because I know so many, like, of these types. Where they're naive and they're like
not a
they're
real
so-
pussy popper.
No,
Nah, she's faking, dude. She's faking. She couldn't throw it in a circle, dude.
40-year-old virgin making jokes kind of thing.
Dude, honestly, because I relate to that. When you grab a boo and it feels like a bag of sand, you know what I mean?
I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm only imagining people that
I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. I hope they, I don't wish any couple to fucking get divorced over shit like this. Cause bro, what kind of turmoil Akaash is dealing with. That motherfucker look like
Does most of the world think she's a whore?
yeah. Well, I don't know.
I think like at least like when I combed through it, it's overwhelmingly they just don't believe her. They just think she's lying. And I'm just like, dude, that's kind of extreme, I think. To think she's just straight up lying is a lot.
Half the internet's just like rage bait bullshit anyway. So who?
That's why I think people are taking their anger at imagining their wife saying these things and just applying it to like, no, I don't want her to win now. It's not about like right or wrong.
And I think it's exacerbated by people not liking Akaash's.
Exactly.
And I think for a lot of guys, there's a lot of guys that go out there and say, what's the point of dating? Because there's women like this out there. And this is just more evidence
more.
to be like, yeah, see, this guy, she's a virgin. And it could all be taken away from you, right? And it's like, that could be the case with anything. But I feel like specifically with men and women's relationships like this is when it gets really heated. But poor Akaash, dude. I feel bad for him.